Something is happening in Burkina Faso right now, and most people are not paying attention. 118 NGOs banned and removed from the country almost overnight, and the question nobody is asking is, why now? NGOs don't just disappear in a country without a reason. They operate in health, provide aid to people in need, and spearhead development in some areas and gain influence. So when the government suddenly shuts down over 100 of them at once, it signals something bigger is shifting underneath. And at the center of it all is Ibrahim Traore, a leader already shaking up West Africa in ways the world did not expect. Because depending on who you ask, this is either a necessary move to protect the nation or the beginning of a much tighter grip on civil space in Burkina Faso. The truth is, you can't understand what's happening unless you look at why these NGOs were there in the first place. NGOs like Red Cross, Red Crescent, etc. operate all over Africa, in the world, especially areas where people are affected by war. Displacement, for example. They provide aid, treatment, and help to those in need. After the fall of Libya, the Sahel became a breathing ground for jihadist insurgencies and wreaked havoc across the region. It is estimated more than 20,000 people lost their lives due to jihadist violence. Terrorism spread to Burkina Faso in 2015, forcing civilians to flee their homes. These NGOs were there to ensure the safety of these civilians, but when you take a closer look, these NGOs were no help because the violence continued. It's the same as peacekeeping troops in Congo, but civilian deaths keep increasing and M23 is still capturing territory. In 2022, a coup occurred that brought Ibrahim Traore to power, and the military government tightened its grip in the country. In 2025, the Burkinabe government passed a law concerning these NGOs. The bill passed and ordered every NGO operating in the country to present their financial records to the government, and were given 1 year to come forward or else they would be dissolved immediately. The NGOs that were banned a few days ago were the ones who failed to comply with the rules. Because of this, the government of Burkina Faso received major backlash from civil society groups. This move was labeled as a crackdown on civil society. Amnesty International describes it as a serious attack on freedom of association and stressing the shrinking of civic space, intimidation of activists, and reduced accountability. But when you take a closer look, this wouldn't really be a big deal if these NGOs just decided to comply with the government. Or are these NGOs part of a much bigger conspiracy than what we've been told? Captain Ibrahim Traore, an aid worker, was caught sending intelligence to terrorists. In a much later interview, General Abdurrahmani Chiani also confirmed this.
February 3, 2025, it was very specifically and quite deliberately decided without any ambiguity to finance these neo-colonial auxiliaries, and this would be done through, and this is precisely where the world will fully understand why we made the decision to expel the International Committee of the Red Cross from our territory.
Okay.
Of the Red Cross who took part in the first meeting on the 25th and who will take part in the second meeting on the 23rd. And it will be decided, financially speaking, that for any financial support less than 1 billion CFA francs, it will go through the account of the Nigerian Red Cross. For any amount over 1 billion, that is 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion or more, it will be done either through the accounts of the Benin Red Cross or the Ivorian Red Cross. For the accounts that we receive foreign currencies, specifically euros or dollars, it will be through the account of the Red Cross based in Nigeria. This is what was decided at the meeting on February 3, 2025. In response to this situation, we decided on the 4th to expel the International Committee of the Red Cross from our territory. Of course, they would be quick to claim that they were never involved, neither directly nor indirectly.
The government of Burkina Faso frames this move as protecting their territory and enforcing order and regulation, also while preventing foreign interference. This begs the question, is this the aim of these NGOs to destabilize African nations? Because these NGOs have been here for decades and the situation has not improved at all. While the government is doing all it can to secure its territory, many critics call this consolidation of power and silencing independent watchdogs while shrinking democratic spaces. So the question remains in civil society groups' heads. Is this about law enforcement or political control? This is not just about NGOs. It's about who gets to speak, organize, and question power in the Sahel.